Microstrategy buys more Bitcoin at $97,000, but they're not the only ones that have been going all in and buying Bitcoin. Universities have been buying Bitcoin. World Liberty Finance has been buying Bitcoin. Whales have been buying Bitcoin. So when is the price going to start moving? We're going to have that conversation. Is February going to be a green month for Bitcoin? And have we seen the Bitcoin dominance chart top yet again? We'll talk about that. We'll go over some charts. We're also going to take a look at some outflows and why one project has been consistently seeing inflows for the past 2 weeks. Is this something that we should be looking at putting money into? We'll talk about that. Also, Super Bowl happened. Not a fun game, but some things came out of it. We'll talk about that. And we'll take a look at the markets and what are some of our favorite altcoin plays right now as we gear up for the next leg up in the altcoin markets. We have that and much, much more on today's episode of Sin City Crypto. Let's go. Hola! It's your boy, Big Rob, back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto, home of the entertainment-focused cryptocurrency content, where we take old, boring, stale information, repackage that thing up in a fun and sexy way. You know, I'm talking to my co-host here prior to us going live, and I was like, we are here. We are ready for a big breakout. And I think that $100,000 Bitcoin is right around the corner. When I say around the corner, I think within the next 48 hours. I feel a big move coming up. It's not a far corner. It's near corner. Is near and dear to, I don't know. Yeah. But no, honestly, I was kind of looking at the chart and not anything trading, technical analysis, just my personal vibe. That's what I do here. I am the king of sentiment. I just think that the reversal is here, right? And remember, we are in a up. We're in an uptrend. We're in a bull market. We know that $150,000, $200,000 Bitcoin is expected within the next year. I hold a little bit more optimism and do think that we get to at $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 Bitcoin. 600 being if everything that you could possibly want from a bullish narrative comes true. The U.S. and other countries are battling over a small amount of Bitcoin. But regardless, we're in an uptrend. We know that there's going to be price discovery. We're going to be all-time highs. And so I think it's going to be sooner than later. I don't think that we're going to wait it out months and months and months for this scenario. The biggest companies out here, strategy is, it's hard just saying strategy and not MicroStrategy. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's like,
like it,
Twitter or X, you know.
If you missed last Friday's show, was that Friday? Anyway, if you missed last week's show, MicroStrategy, which is the largest private holder of Bitcoin, they changed their name to just Strategy, and they're buying more Bitcoin. But anyways, you know what? You got multiple states coming out saying they're going to pass bills to become, to have a strategic reserve or adopt Bitcoin in some form. It's coming, bro. It's coming, and I think it's coming within the next day or so. I really do.
Before we get into crypto, Super Bowl yesterday, what a shitty game.
Was a blowout.
How the hell did the Chiefs, I don't really watch football like I used to. How did the Chiefs even make the Super Bowl?
The Eagles supposedly,
had the Eagle power.
They had a really, really strong or number one pass defense. And, Kansas City,
their O-line is garbage.
Kansas City, that's all they rely on. They rely on, that just the short passes to Kelsey and whatever. So,
yeah, he was going to propose, but I guess he can't now. Dang it.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor.
Still single.
The next song is going to be a banger. A lot of people were like, hey, how many Super Bowl ads are we going to get? Not a single Super Bowl crypto ad. By the way, the commercials this year were absolute garbage. The best one was Seal. That was the best one. But yeah, it was pretty lackluster.
Ever since, remember FTX and Coinbase, and they were
Matt
all
Damon,
yeah.
and
you know what? It's too soon, bro. It's too soon. We had the crypto Super Bowl. Remember, it was FTX's crypto commercial, the last Super Bowl that had
2022.
you had FTX, you had Coinbase, you
Crypto.com.
had Crypto.com, all fighting for airtime. But FTX took the cake and said, "Hey, we're a scam, we're a fraud. Don't trust us. Don't trust us." And damn you, we shouldn't have trusted your ass.
We should have listened to you.
And now all of a sudden, crypto commercials have been banned. And
No,
they've been banned.
there was someone else.
It's Choke Point 3.0 audible play from
Elizabeth Warren.
Elizabeth
from
Brad Sherman.
was it Fox? Fox was the
Fox,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, Fox.
You know, there was a another big news that happened during the Super Bowl. Donald Trump, during the Super Bowl, posted they're getting rid of the pennies. We're
Thank
not
God.
making pennies anymore. So
Hey.
what are we going to call penny pinchers now?
You know
Nickel
what?
pinchers?
Honestly, you know how many pennies I've the pennies they're pointless, right?
Hmm.
You got to collect a whole 100 of them to get $1. What can you buy with $1? Nothing.
Well,
and all they
Arizona
do is
iced
they
tea.
gum up my bottom of my cup holder in my car, right?
Oh,
You know, they get stuck in the cup holder. You know, you got like some
that's not from the penny. That's
soda.
you spilling
soda.
something in there.
You know, I know that,
Yeah.
but the pennies make for a perfect median
Oh,
to
Conductor.
glue into the cup
glue
holder.
conductor.
Yeah, so clog up my vacuum. You know what? Like it's not worth it, bro.
Not worth it.
Just give me the nickels.
Well, don't worry, because
And you also have Satoshis. So if you're really, really interested in a very small denomination, you got Satoshis. So there you go.
Yeah,
The
there you
penny's not needed.
we don't need it.
Can somebody DM Donald Trump? Let him know to replace the penny with Satoshi.
Thank you. Someone get on that right away. Now, Strategy has bought more Bitcoin, 7,600 Bitcoin to be exact, or $724 million. Sorry, $742 million at 97.2 per Bitcoin.
Isn't it crazy how you buy damn near $1 billion worth of Bitcoin as a publicly traded company and it barely makes headlines now?
It's like the boy who cried wolf, the man who cried Bitcoin.
That's nothing like what we're talking about.
What do you mean? Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Like when someone says something so many times, you
Completely
stop
off.
believing them.
Oh,
No, that means you keep lying to somebody. Eventually,
the
they
boy
stop
who-
believing
The
you.
premise of the
There's
boy,
no lies
the
here.
premise of the boy who cried wolf was
Is he lied. Where's the lies? It's a terrible.
you get the point.
No, I
No.
don't. That's the whole. That's why I'm giving you a hard time. Is I literally don't get the point. The boy who cried wolf is not Michael Saylor.
All right.
He has been
The
true
woman
to us.
who cried wolf.
There's
okay?
no woman here.
there's no crying.
I beg to differ. Anyways,
Jimmy's in the chat. What's up, Jimmy?
what's up, Jimmy?
We were just talking about you today.
Where have you been, Jimmy?
Guess what, Jimmy? I was talking about you, Jimmy. I know what you did.
What Rocco knows what you did last summer.
No, it wasn't last time. It was yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay.
The message is subliminal. It's been delivered, Jimmy. It's been
Jimmy,
delivered.
You should be pretty happy in the next couple of weeks here, okay? Leave it at that. Any comments here? Let's analyze. Let's analyze.
How much
it.
Bitcoin do they have?
478,000.
You're getting closer to that,
Half a
that
million.
magical 500,000.
He's gonna get to 1 million. It's funny. He just keeps finding the top, though. You know, it's crazy. Where's Bitcoin at right now?
But no, 97,000 is really
97.6. He's already up 1.4%. Michael Saylor, the new quant. The man knows what he's doing. You know? And then we have this. Did you see this?
No, it's this.
Well, it's not just DJs launching meme coins. It's now countries. This is the president of the Central African Republic. And, well,
Aujourd'hui, je me tiens à nouveau devant vous avec un message de succès et de gratitude. Le lancement de Memecoin a été un succès retentissant. Nous avons assisté à une réponse incroyable.
anyways, they launched the meme coin CAR, Central African Republic.
Good for them.
Good for them, huh?
I'd rather a country launch a meme coin
But it was fake.
than my my local trending artist here on TikTok or whatever it is.
So Rocco said it was fake. So
Yeah.
I saw some news that said their X handle got compromised, and
Fake, huh?
because this was posted directly from their president's handle. And then I saw other reports that no, it's not fake and it's real. There was a second video that came out. So I don't know. But it's not. If it was to the point where it was like, no way a country would launch their own meme coin, I wouldn't even show it. But there's definitely a way a country would launch their own meme coin, which is why we're showing it.
I mean, Donald Trump launched his own meme coin. I know
Right.
he's not a country, but
Do you think we're going to get
he's also the leader of
Will
the
we
most
get an
powerful.
America coin on Pump That Fund?
No idea.
Okay.
Probably not.
Would you buy some?
No,
if there
there's
was?
not, because then if you did an America coin, quote unquote, it's people would liken it to a CBDC, right?
Mm.
Even though it's not, I'm sure there'd be some parallels there.
Did you buy any of this coin?
And then who would launch America coin would be the Treasury Department, which automatically is sending red flags for CBDC, right? And Donald Trump signed an executive order saying that we will not launch a central bank digital currency. And so who would launch an America coin? Well, the central bank. So that's not going to happen. For
Well,
Trump, executive order, it's off the table. Can't do it.
No, it would not be a CBDC. It's a meme coin.
But who would mint the meme coin? This is what I'm saying. Who would be the owner of the meme coin if it's America? The Treasury Department.
And the
Or the
Sovereign
Fed.
Wealth Fund.
Or the Fed. And either one.
They would hold it in the Sovereign Wealth Fund.
Either one, it would be a central bank digital currency. Literally what the definition of that would be.
The Treasury is not the central bank.
Okay, well, I understand.
I would buy it.
You would buy the central bank digital currency?
It's not a CBDC. It's a meme coin. Jesus. Anyways. You know, this was really big news, and I'm surprised that this hasn't really kind of hit the big waves, right? So Japan, I believe the third largest economy in the world, right? You can fact check me on that. They're scrapping their ban on Bitcoin ETFs and cutting taxes on crypto assets from 55% down to 20%. Now, Japan is the largest buyer of U.S. treasuries. Prime Minister, and here's the thing. The Prime Minister was just here this weekend in the U.S. meeting with President Trump. Did Donald Trump and company orange pill the whole country of Japan? It can't be a coincidence, right?
No. Also, you got Hong Kong coming out. Did you pull up any news on Hong Kong? So Hong Kong is, let me see if I can find the news, but
Yo, where's Japan, by the way? I see you guys.
number 4.
Oh.
Number 3 is actually Germany, is the third.
Oh, ich liebe Deutschland, ja.
Volkswagen.
Wait,
Nein.
you're talking about Dutch, okay? First
No,
of all,
Deutschland, that's
yeah.
Germany. Ich liebe Deutschland.
Netherlands and Germany are two
Okay.
completely
Oh, no.
different countries,
Listen.
bro.
Ich liebe Deutschland means long live Germany. Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, what's
Yeah,
up?
let's pull a map.
Let's pull up a.
What was I talking about?
You're talking about Hong Kong.
Oh yeah, Hong Kong.
It's not in Europe.
I know we have a German in here. Can somebody set this man straight?
Hold on, what? Hold on. I went to type in Hong Kong, and the search engine went right to Hong Kong doll.
Oh,
That was like the first hit.
I'm not gonna pull the map.
Man, you know what?
Let's
It's G-rated.
oh.
I mean, not G-rated. All right, so Hong Kong, Bitcoin. Yeah, so there was some news coming out. Let's see what we got here on Hong Kong. So Hong Kong government, yeah, this is what I saw. Hong Kong government recognizes Bitcoin and also Ethereum as proof of asset for investment. So I briefly glanced over that this morning, but basically they're recognizing, from what it sounds like, they're recognizing Bitcoin and Ethereum almost like a commodity. I think it's a different category or different terminology there in Hong Kong, but I wouldn't be surprised to see this roll over to mainland China, which we know has more or less a ban on Bitcoin, a ban on mining. There are some exclusions for certain privied individuals in China, but for pretty much most of China, you're not allowed to touch crypto and Bitcoin. And Hong Kong, well, they're recognizing Bitcoin and Ethereum as a proof of asset for investment. So take that what you will. I think that the second large economy, I know we were talking about.
Is Asia going to be the white knight in shining armor?
No, the U.S. is, bro.
Oh, okay.
You know, we're about to bring crypto here, but what I think is going to happen is that we're going to see that the U.S. is going to take a major position on crypto, particularly Bitcoin, strategic reserve. I think that there is going to be some sort of arms race between other countries, perhaps EU nations that are going to try to follow suit, and prices are going to get bid up on Bitcoin. I think that's where you get that $150,000, $200,000, $300,000 Bitcoin is off the back of a supply shock that the world has never seen before, because, well, the world is going to be fighting for a small supply of Bitcoin. And I think Hong Kong and particularly China, on the outside looking in, having a anti-crypto policy, realizes that, hey, like it or not, if you want to participate in global finance, you're going to need a piece of it, right? Especially if everyone's fighting over gold and there's only so much gold on the table and everyone's grabbing some. At some point, even if you don't like gold, you're going to be like, crap, maybe I should get some.
Gold is up.
Is it?
Yeah. A lot of people are seeing it as a warning sign.
Hmm.
Anyways, Japan, a fourth largest country, they're scrapping their ban on Bitcoin ETFs, right? And they're cutting their taxes down from 55 to 20%. What does this signal to you? To me, this signals that countries are understanding the benefits of their citizens buying, selling, holding, free market capitalism. It's amazing. And so in Asia, it's always, the U.S., we know, last administration, very anti-crypto. Asia has been a mix, right? Middle East has always been progressive. Europe has been retarded. And Asia has pretty much been just hit or miss. You have Hong Kong, great. China, bad. Japan, 55%. You can't do ETFs. Korea, South Korea, really good, very progressive. And so you imagine a shift, a 180 in the U.S., a 180 in the Asia. Middle East continues to do what they're doing, and Europe stops being not very smart. I mean, it's all really shaping up to be a lot of big catalysts all at once. That's my opinion.
Did want to give a little love to the chat real quick. If you are new here, say hello. We'd love to give you a little love, a little recognition, a little homage. Do have some new faces here. Homage, yes. So we got Sid Harth, Roger, Matt X, Crypto Farmer, Canabolics, K Khalid. We got Eunice, Arco 81, Andrew, TYZ Off the Wall, Sean Connor, Frockster, Adams I, and also Jerry M. To all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto.
Adam's I. Oh, what's up, Adam?
Hey.
Big XRP guy. All right, let's talk about this. Bitcoin's booming permanent holder demand positions Bitcoin's price for a gain up to $116,000. What are they talking about? This is from Cointelegraph. Bitcoin's permanent holder demand continues to grow. According to on-chain analytics platform CryptoQuant. Why is my, come on, there you go. According to on-chain analytics platform CryptoQuant, Bitcoin's permanent holder demand, a metric tracking accumulation from long-term investors, has skyrocketed in recent months. This trend aligns with Bitcoin's price increase from around 67.5 in November of last year to record highs in early 2025. And here's a chart that they are referencing. So, what are your thoughts here? Where are we? I know you mentioned you think we're going to see a spike in Bitcoin. You said over 100K, but let's face it. Ain't nobody getting excited over 100K. Now, if we're over 110,000.
Well, I mean, not to sound like stupid here or not to like say something that just is so obvious, but I mean, want to get to 150,000, we got to get over 100K.
No way.
Yeah. So there it is. There it is.
Alpha for the day.
This is why you tune in.
Okay, but seriously though.
And seriously,
the excitement of being
to get to 105, 110, 115, we got to get to 100. And the reason I'm saying this, not really to be funny, but large psychological number. It's something that we've been above for decent periods of time. We've been below it, lost support on 100K multiple times, and this one kind of the longest time we've traded under 100K since we broke into it, right? Most of the time spent under 100,000 after we broke into that price was simply a day, maybe 2 hours at times, and then we would rebound. And so now a lot of people are questioning, like, hey, when are we going to get about over 100K? Like, when are we going to continue on? And I think that the answer to that question, myself personally, and it's strictly off of sentiment, it's because we come in here every day, we talk about these different articles and these different buyers in these nations and states, and everyone's coming in. The fact is that institutions, governments, and local economies are coming in and buying Bitcoin. There's only so much out there, and I know that's kind of like something that we just routinely talk about and discuss, but the reason we're routinely talking about and discussing is because it is just the fact of the matter. There's just not enough Bitcoin go around, and so the price is going to shoot up. And I think that this is not going to be a long consolidation. I truly do not believe that. I mean, everything is flashing red to me, bro. Everything, every light, every indicator for me, from a sentiment perspective, is that we are going to explode past 100K. A lot of times, you got to kind of punch the market in the stomach. You got to take the steam out of the market. And then once everyone starts to lose hope in that narrative where, hey, everything's golden, we're going to $1 million. Once people start questioning the position on the market and the cycle, that's when you have the big breakout. That's what I feel, man. Don't you feel that? When you talk to anybody in crypto, like, they are just not excited, bro. And I'm like, where were you like 3 weeks ago where the price was damn near the same? Yeah, alts have sold off a little bit. But at the same time, here's just a good example. We'll just pull up XRP, the fourth largest asset. I'd pull up Ethereum, but it won't do any just cause to what I'm trying to say here. But anyways, we're at 50 cents back in November 1st. XRP was at 50 cents. It is at currently $2.44, about a 5x away. This is not some outlier chart that is just one off. Like the amount of money that we've made. And you know what? If we've pulled back from $3 and from $3 down to $2.50, like, my God, I mean, think about where we're at in the market. And I mean, this is not just true for XRP. We have a Stellar Lumens video coming out later, so be glad to pull this chart up as well. But very similar price action here, from 9 cents, currently at 32 cents. Very similar percentage move as XRP. But you can just look at Cardano as an example. I mean, you look here, up from 35 cents, 2x here. Solana maybe hasn't performed quite as well as some of these other ones, but it on a longer time period, I mean, this is a 2x as well. This is basically from $100. We've seen it as low as 120 less than 6 months ago. And so I just say to you that the market is sold off a little bit. The altcoins have retraced, but they're a great time to buy. It's going to bounce back, man. I am slowly buying. I'm taking every dollar I can scrounge up, and I am buying, DCAing into altcoins right now. I got a particular eye for Avalanche, and so I think Avalanche at its current $25 is a great buy right here. So,
what else are you buying?
I mean, what are you buying?
I'm buying RWA and DeFi.
Yeah, you buying on? You got? Are you picking up Ondo?
I'm picking up
Ondo's doing pretty good.
I'm picking up small chunks of a little bit of AI.
Ondo's
AI infrastructure plays. By the way, those of you that are part of our Patreon, I did do a write-up on where I believe the markets are going Q1, Q2, and obviously collectively in the first half of 2025, where the trends are going to be. And I created a asset tier list for DeFi, AI, and for gaming. And so if you're part of our Patreon insiders, make sure to go read that. A few of them, and we'll go over that. There's one AI coin in there that literally 2x'd overnight. that was in, I believe I had it in tier 1 of AI. And so we'll share that in a little bit. But I think I really, really think RWA, I just feel it boiling, right? The pot is boiling and that lid starts to rattle and then it kind of peaks up and then it shuts back down. I think that's where we are. And when you talk about RWA, there's tons of great projects. But to keep it simple, Ondo, ETH, Stellar Lumens, Hedera. You got, if you want to go a little bit more down the risk curve, you got likes of Mantra, XDC. There's a few good ones. And again, I did do a whole write-up on that. So I think RWA, everything that, and Chainlink, can't forget about Chainlink. All the stuff that's been brewing over the last year, 2 years, Larry Fink talking about we're going to tokenize everything, creating his own stock exchange in Texas that's 24/7, ran on blockchain. This is where we are headed. Now, some of it might require some legislation. We know the infrastructure and how long that takes. We know TradFi, when they deploy this amount of capital, you talk about upending an entire system. It doesn't happen overnight. But the good news is this has been going on for the last year and a half, 2 years. So I think we're getting to the boiling point where we're going to start seeing some news drop. The Ondo Summit just happened. They announced their Ondo chain. They had a lot of big names that went to that summit. You're going to see a lot of announcements, a lot of partnerships, legislation on stable coins. Now, I know stable coins doesn't directly affect RWA. It does to a certain extent, affects the entirety of the market. But I think that's going to be the catalyst of, okay, they're getting their feet moving. They're not going to, they're not dragging their feet, so to say, and we're going to start seeing more legislation moving forward. And RWA, you want to be positioned in that because I think that's going to be the next big sector to take off. And so, again, Ondo is, for me, the front runner, especially with Ondo Chain, gives their token more utility. So, but we'll get into AI in the markets here in a little bit. I do want to share this. U.S. foundations and universities begin accumulating Bitcoin amid President Trump's crypto promises report. According to a new report by the Financial Times, Trump's promises to make U.S. a crypto powerhouse have triggered foundations and universities in the nation to gobble up the top crypto asset by market cap, of course, referring to BTC. Notable schools that are getting exposure to the flagship asset include University of Austin and the Emory University in Georgia. Chun Lai, the Rockefeller Foundation's CIO, said, quote, "We don't have a crystal ball on how cryptocurrencies will become in 10 years. We don't want to be left behind when their potential materializes dramatically. The crypto space is associated with the artificial intelligence space, and the level of digitization of the economy can be useful if the economy becomes more digitized." So you got the CIO of a large foundation here saying, look, we don't want to get left behind. And so, I don't know. If you just focus on price, you don't see what's happening behind the scenes. You just listen to that noise your car makes and don't pop that trunk or pop that hood and take it.
Pop that trunk, man. Go in there. Go. You got somebody in the trunk or what? He's like, I told you to stop kicking the back of the trunk, girl.
Keep going.
He's all like, hey, Dave, man, hearing some banging coming out of your trunk, bro. He said, don't worry about that. You leave it alone.
We don't talk about the banging in the truck.
You sure?
No.
I got a truck story.
When you prep somebody in the trunk, he usually doesn't move.
Anyways, what are your thoughts on that there, RPK?
You know what? If we talk about states all the time getting exposure to crypto, I think we're like damn near. Is it over 50% of the states now are passing legislation?
I don't know about passing, but they're
or they're proposing legislation
correct.
for Bitcoin.
It means nothing until it's voted on.
Yes, exactly. Now, we also have nation states, companies. Anyway, we kind of leave out of the conversation is universities. And a lot of the universities, because they're not companies, right? We don't owe those universities in the S&P 500, but the largest financial institutions in the world are these universities here in the United States. Don't let it kid you. A lot of times they just say .edu, edu, or whatever it is. And they don't pay taxes or nonprofit or whatever it is. And so richest people in the world are these universities, bro. especially these board members, and they have a large donation reserve capital. And so
Strategic donation reserve.
bro, Harvard University, I was pulled up some numbers, has an estimated endowment of $50 billion, which is larger than a lot of countries' GDP. University of Texas, $42 billion, Yale, $42 billion, Stanford, $38 billion, Princeton, $37 billion. And so if these universities decide, because the ones you mentioned, what were the two colleges you mentioned? It was
University of Austin,
yeah.
Texas, so UT, big one, and then Emory College of Georgia.
So these are tiny colleges compared to Harvard, Princeton, Yale, and the other Ivy League and big boys. And so wouldn't be surprised to see these large universities putting capital aside. They have a lot of money. I'll tell you that they're trying to find stuff to spend money on. They're always building out some new wing of the campus or some new department, and they spend all kinds of money on their sports. And I'm telling you, they got money just to throw around, bro. And I would not be surprised to see the biggest universities start to get exposure to Bitcoin, especially if they're encouraged by the current administration with Donald Trump and other cabinet members. So.
We had this. This was shared around X, and shout out to Altcoin Daily. I want to just show this real quick. So, we reached out and we said, hey, Austin, we'd love to send you a magazine. And he was like, nope, I'm going to buy one. And so he bought one, and I think he posted it on his X handle. I'm going to find it real quick. There we go. So shout out to Austin and his brother Aaron, the Altcoin Daily brothers, for supporting the channel and buying a Crypto Almanac. I know a lot of you have gotten yours. I hope you're enjoying it. And for those of you that have not, order, ship immediately. There's a link in the description. Go buy it. There's not a lot left.
We got like 100 left.
And it's some really, really good reading material. And this is going to be a collector's item. You know why? Because this won't be the first, and it won't be the first.
Speaking of first, I got our Crypto Almanac being framed right now. Oh. So yeah, issue 1 of 1.
You want to know our business relationship in a nutshell? Rob, let's get this framed. All right, I'll take it to Hobby Lobby. Just so you know, it ain't gonna be no $14.99. It's gonna be $200. And my reaction was,
I was just letting you know get the double matted, framed in a shadow box. It's it ain't this ain't we ain't printing paper out and sticking it in a poster like. He's like, well, every time I go to...
Did you claim the NFT?
I did. I did, but I didn't go through the process. So hopefully the guy that's framing it doesn't steal it from us.
You got to claim it before.
I know.
Well, actually, it might be worth more unclaimed.
Hey, for the guy.
But we're not going to sell it ever.
Yeah. Well, I tapped it, and it was there. I noticed it, but I did not claim it.
Oh, okay.
But I tapped it. It was 1 of 1.
If you ever see keep it.
If
you ever see edition 1 go up for sale, we have a new project we're building, right, Robin?
What is that?
I'm just saying, if we ever sell it to make money from it, it's because we're
not gonna sell the issue 1 of 1, bro.
That's what I'm saying. But if you
framing
ever
it in the
see
shadow
somewhere,
box. But anyways, I talked the guy down, $100, bro.
What?
$100.
Wow, that'll
double
make
matte
up for the $3,000
double
we're about
matte.
to spend.
And so it's black matte, and then it's got gold on the inside, and then the magazine's set in the middle.
Oh, okay.
Let's go pick it up today, I think.
Yeah. Make up for the $3,000 we just spent on rigs for lighting. That's pretty fun. Why do we say this? We want you to know that all the support you guys give us financially, we invested all back into the production and the business. And so thank you, everyone. And again, big thanks to Altcoin Daily. Now, let's talk about ETH.
And if you haven't bought a magazine, shame on you. Go buy a magazine. Support the boys.
Don't shame people.
And if you buy one on air, let us know. We'll drop the nuke emoji or the nuke thing.
It's a GIF.
Yeah.
Anyways, Robin, guess what?
¿Qué pasa?
Ethereum short positions have reached their largest in history.
And you're saying this is bullish narrative?
I mean, it makes
Oh
sense.
no,
You know why?
again. We got
Because
start all over again.
He's like, never has anybody made as much money shorting Ethereum. Ha! Joke's on you. Like, bro, do you understand how shorting works? It means it's performing terribly.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
if you give me a second to break it down for you, okay? These are futures. They're shorting futures and they're buying the ETF. So they're hedging their positions, which is what they did with Bitcoin, which is what Mark Yusko talked about, which that interview is in the almanac only. So Ethereum tops Bitcoin in weekly inflows for the first time in 2025. This is according to CoinShares. Crypto markets saw a buying spree with investors adding 1.3 billion in inflows following last week's price declines. So while everyone retail, you know, everyone always complains about the rich get rich and the poor get poor. This is why. Is because
And the Ethereum holders stay in the same position they've been in the last 4 years.
anyways, I am not going to jump into this conversation every
You're
fucking week.
fomenting.
I'm not going to do it, bro.
Well,
Every quarter, no, shut your mouth.
the sad thing
Every
is that
month,
every week,
no.
ETH is going to be at the same price. So I'm forced to do it because at some point Bitcoin's going to be at 150,000 and ETH will still be at 3, and I'm going to be like, huh? What do you know?
Somebody's gonna lose his $20
And
bet.
then you're going to be like, the short positions are at it getting crazy.
Okay, this is
And
called,
so-
this is called hedging. Okay. Also, Jimmy said, we are the jockstrap of Sin City Crypto, supporting the boys. We appreciate it. Anyways, I'm not going to ask for your opinion because we don't really care when it comes to ETH, Robin, because you're wrong. But either way, this to me, like Mark Yusko said in our interview together, and just from knowing what investors do in the traditional markets, they're shorting the futures, they're longing the spot. This is a classic hedge position. We saw it with Bitcoin back in March, April, May of last year. We're seeing the same thing in Ethereum. Now, the one thing I will mention, though, is ETH has become inflationary. And also, their fees have dropped, their revenue has dropped. And so across the board, we're seeing at least on-chain metrics decline for ETH, but people continue to buy it. So do with that information as you will. Speaking of ETFs, well, first, we got a couple super chats. So we had Adam, our homie Adam, $10 super sticker said he got wrecked. Also, Lost Liberty, $5 said, did you see that Telcoin was a...
Don't even read that. Thank you.
Oh, I
All
didn't.
right.
Oh.
Yeah. Appreciate the chat. Appreciate the donation, though.
Wait, what's wrong with that super chat?
Telcoin?
Yeah, it's not a meme coin. It's a solid project.
What is Telcoin?
Telcoin. I don't know what it is, but I've seen it. I've seen news articles on it. Anyway, it said Telcoin was approved to become first digitalized banking charter to access to Fed rails and will continue will issue stable coins in the U.S. I did not see that. I don't follow Telcoin deeply, but yeah. All right. With that being said, let's take a look at the markets.
All right. Let's see here. We got Bitcoin, $97,440. Wow. Hasn't really done much. But either way, we are looking at the biggest gainers, which your friend and your favorite project out there, Litecoin, is up 12%. It is up also on the week.
You want to walk back?
On the week, 13%.
You want to walk back on your statement that Litecoin's not going to make a new all-time high this cycle?
The largest gainer for the week out of all top 100 cryptos by market cap list is Litecoin. Also, I got BitTensor. I know you're a big fan of BitTensor. You've got a nice position there on that one. Almost at $400 again, so that one's performing well. But let me ask you about Litecoin here. Do you see a resurgence?
It's going to get a new all-time high.
Yeah?
Yeah. I've said that. I've said that for 2 months.
I don't believe it, man.
You laughed.
And I still laugh.
Go ahead, change your position.
I still laugh.
No. How far are we away from a new Litecoin all-time high? Let's take a look.
You think it's going to get to $360?
Is that where its last all-time high
A
was?
3x from where it is now? Nah. There's no narrative there. There's no narrative behind. Like, give me one utility reason to own Bitcoin.
How many times do we have to do this? It's got
Litecoin, excuse
It's
me.
got Mimblewimble.
What does Mimblewimble do?
Mimblewimble is privacy. Okay. Payments.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Private.
Telling you, man. Litecoin's going to make a new all-time high. Yes, it
You
is.
got a Litecoin chart? Is that a Litecoin chart?
That's a Litecoin chart.
Sell me on Litecoin, bro. Because
Litecoin.
I don't believe it.
OG, been around. It's the light to Bitcoin's heavy. It's got Wimble. It's got a big community. It's getting an ETF. People see it as an alternative to holding Bitcoin. And it's made new highs every cycle. So, yeah, there it is. I'm not saying buy it. I'm not saying have it in your portfolio, okay? But to sit here and say it's not going to make a new all-time high.
It's not going to make a new all-time high. It's not, man. Then that idea that every single project.
It's not every single project.
Bitcoin hits a new all-time high. Okay, so when you go down, so you think it's going to 3x, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We went through this the other day, man. You think you get new all-time highs from every top 100 project
No.
that hit all-time highs?
Definitely not Polkadot.
Polkadot's not going to hit a new all-time high?
No.
So, I mean, I am so sold on I have mailed it on Polkadot, but I think there's a larger likelihood that Polkadot makes a new all-time high than Litecoin.
It's a more likelihood to get a 10x from Polkadot than a 3x from Litecoin?
At least Polkadot has something going for it, man.
Like what?
Pair chains.
Tell me how Polkadot, Robin.
You got pair chains. You got the Kusama. You got the Canary Network.
Same thing.
Let me expand on my narrative here. Canary Network. You got the coal mine narrative. You got the small bird that makes noise narrative. There's also parachains. There's the auctions. Everyone loves auctions. You know, it's like eBay, but on the blockchain. And then, I mean, there's so much going for it.
Did you say the
what? Anyways,
the coal mine narrative? Where the fuck did that come from?
It's a coal mine narrative, bro.
You know, one thing
that black lung, bro. Uniswap. You think Uniswap makes new all-time?
Hold on, I feel bad about. You know, I know my boy Crypto Billy's got Polkadot, and I feel bad every time. But Billy, I'm sorry, I just don't see it. I know Mythos, #1 in volume on NFTs. It's on Polkadot. I get it. I can't. I just can't. I can't do it. Okay.
Uniswap, $42. You think this thing comes back to all-time highs?
I do.
You are such a moon boy, bro. Like,
how am I a moon boy?
Because we sit in here and we talk about the fact that altcoins are not going to perform like they did last cycle, where everything goes up, but everything is going to break a new all-time high.
No, it's not. I said,
Tell me one that doesn't. That's not a meme coin.
Polkadot.
Okay.
What else do you want from me?
There's 100 coins. You think they're all going to be in new all-time high price?
No, Polkadot won't make a new all-time high. Monero won't make a new all-time high.
Monero, that was a hard one. Wow.
ETH Classic won't make a new all-time high.
This is what you're going
Call me crazy.
This is what you're going
Maybe Polygon doesn't make a new all-time high. I don't know. That one,
honestly, like, I have no shame in saying it.
This cycle,
Polygon
maybe Casper doesn't make a new all-time high.
It's already.
Actually, I think Casper's going to make a new all-time high. But
Casper's at
9 cents.
Yeah. It's still in price discovery.
Filecoin, I don't know. Maybe that's not going to get an all-time.
No. The thing is honestly, like, I go down the list and I just, there's so many here that I think that have a strong promise that just won't do it. Right. You know, Stacks, I think that narrative is kind of put to bed. You know, it's not unique anymore. I mean,
what was Stacks' all-time high?
$3.30. 350. 350.
3.5x away.
Yeah, but I mean, that was recent though. I mean, that was a little over a year ago. I mean, so for me, I think Injective, no. Immutable, no. Stacks, no. THETA, no. I mean, and I'm not saying I don't like any of these projects, but I think that from my personal, I just think that there's going to be 5 to 10 major alts that are in price discovery. Like, you know, I don't think Flare does. Yeah, there's Quant. There's going to be new ones that come in, right? I think like Toncoin is going to displace a lot of market cap value. I don't think Cosmos is going to break a new all-time high. I don't think Filecoin is. I don't think Algorand is. I know that's a shocker there for many people. I don't think Aptos is. I don't think that Monero will. DAI, Uniswap. I don't think Polkadot will. Or did I say DAI?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You meant MakerDAO.
Yeah, MakerDAO. And then I don't think Litecoin does. I don't think SHIB does. I don't think
What about Avalanche?
Avalanche. I as long as the gaming narrative
joke,
keeps
man.
expanding, I think honestly, if they fall flat on gaming, I think thesis is broken, bro. And I'm about as bullish as it comes to Avalanche, but I think that when Web3 and gaming take off as a sector, and I think when that gets hot, I think your easiest pick here is Avalanche. Now, if that narrative never pops off and gaming just never takes off in blockchain, then
Triple D said VeChain. I think VeChain's a sleeper. I really do.
but where's VeChain on its
Right
how far away is it from all-time high? No. Not this cycle, man. I think it could have a
That
bounce
30
back.
cents?
25 cents.
So 7x.
Yeah, I think it gets back up to its yearly highs, which was 70 cents basically.
7 cents.
I think $1 is on the table for VeChain.
So then it will make a new all-time high.
No.
You said $1 is on the table. It's at 3 cents.
Oh, I meant shit, $1. Sorry, I meant to say 10 cents. Sorry. Yeah, I think it's more recent high back in December was 7 cents. So I think it'll be over 10 cents. I do think that the previous all-time high of 25 cents is too far away for VeChain. At least in this calendar year that we got coming up, 2025, in the next 10 months, I don't see it. I mean, you never know. I will be wrong on some of these, and some of these will outperform my expectations, but I think that 80-90% of what I've kind of listed, I think just don't perform better than Bitcoin, honestly. And if you don't perform better than Bitcoin, it's a failure. So there you go.
No, I'm just playing around with some charts here, right? That's like, okay. VeChain back in 2023 got to a high of around 5 cents, and then it retraced. Let's take from the bottom here. Let's take from right there. Retraced a little below 786, right? And what's this last big run that started really first week of November, right? To the high. We've seen a retrace of 786, right? So I don't know, man. I think I'm a fan of VeChain. I think they've been around a while. I think they have
a very strong presence in Asia. I think it's I don't remember exactly. I remember going deep down the rabbit hole on VeChain, and I know they do a lot of tracking with
supply chain
with international shipments coming out of the ports. I don't remember the big headline partnerships, but they have a lot going for them. I am a fan of VeChain, and I don't write them off as far as something that I don't believe in or anything like that. I believe in VeChain. I just don't think you get the price performance out of all the alts that we got last cycle. And I think there's gonna be a handful of winners. Yeah,
I agree. And let's face it, there's too many coins, right? You only bought 5 large pizzas for your party, and instead of 10 people showing up, 100 people showed up. There's less pizza to go around, right? Unless someone takes 4 or 5 slices each, and then only a few go around. I don't know if that was a good analogy. It probably wasn't.
Terrible.
But someone mentioned,
he's like, someone came over to my house, grabbed 5 slices of pizza,
and then used
the next thing you know, only thing left was the cheese pizza. And I love the meat. I love pepperoni, the meat lovers. And all of a sudden there's a half a cheese pizza,
crawfish
half a black
patty,
olive pizza. Okay,
first
first
man
of all,
on the moon. Yeah, makes sense.
have you seen Tropic Thunder,
It's
the movie?
beautiful. Yeah, love the movie.
Talking to you, guy.
yes, I've seen. Yeah,
You can answer yes.
I thought you were talking to Rocco.
I'm talking to you.
I heard Rocco say something.
I know Rocco's seen it. He's
Yeah.
a man.
Triple D gave a $2 super chat. Said VeChain partner with UFC. They do have a big presence, at least a big marketing presence with
Vegas.
UFC. Yeah, in Vegas.
I did a case study taking Nike. Okay, do you want to take a guess how much money Nike loses to counterfeit shoes per year, Robin, where people think they're buying real Nikes, but they're buying fake ones? Take a stab.
No idea.
$1 billion. $1 billion of revenue. And I did a case study to where if they were to put their straight from the manufacturer, if they were to integrate something like VeChain with supply chain tracking, bringing even a percentage of that 1 billion, maybe some people buy them fake because they don't really care. But let's just say 30% of those people who bought fake shoes believe that they were buying real shoes. And so if you have a way of authenticating a product like a Nike shoe or a Nike whatever, right? Clothes, pants, shirt, then how much more revenue is that going to bring for Nike, the brand? And so I think it's something that, again, especially in the US, as we become more crypto-centric, more technologically like forward-looking, you're going to see this implemented, especially when you can take a PowerPoint presentation, go to the CEO or the board of Nike and say, I can put an extra $500 million to your top line. Who's going to say no? And the infrastructure is there. This was interesting. Rob, you'll be very happy to see this. Off the Grid just surpassed 13 million unique users, 450,000 daily active users on Off the Grid. Pretty bullish. Anything you want to mention here?
When this thing is still in testnet, we're talking about. At one point, the last I saw the analytics, was 1.5 million daily transactions, using the gun chain in testnet, which will be a layer 1 on Avalanche, which is going to provide a massive surge of transactions. If you haven't got a position on Avalanche, I've had very few absolute conviction plays when it comes to entry position. I think $25 on Avalanche is an absolute steal. And so I did want to give a little love to the chat. We had Triple D.
I agree.
Yeah, Triple D has put in a couple super chats. One for VeChain partnering with UFC, he mentioned. Also, you had what was the other one he said? Damn it, I had it pulled up. But
Go to fan funding, bro.
fan fund. Where's that?
Top right, instead of live chat, you click fan funding.
Top right.
Above goal. Right below, right there. Click.
There it is.
And bam, there you go. All your supers are right there.
Oh, there they are. And he also said, so where will ALGO go? I don't think that when I mention that I don't think it'll break new all-time highs, I don't think that anything's gonna be broken or that they're gonna go to zero. But I think that what we're gonna see here is we're gonna see that certain blockchains will keep building, will not create quite as high a value this bull market cycle as others. And maybe I'm wrong on the value of each individual coin or token, but I think that you'll just have to keep hammering out the roadmap and building out utility. I mean, don't you agree that like a lot of companies just aren't using blockchain yet, right? I think that there's a lot of that promise. There's a lot of, hey, we're going to NFT this thing. All of a sudden, you're going to buy a house, and every single deed and every single transaction is going to be done on blockchain. Like, I think that stuff's coming. I think NFT ticketing is coming. I think the gaming is coming. I just think that like a lot of this is still pretty forward looking, and I just don't think it's quite here yet. And so I think it's not anything negative to say like, hey, man, we're going to have a couple more years of building this thing out before the true winners rise to the top. And that's why I think certain narratives and certain communities will outpace others, right? And so if you have the utility, you have the community, you have the dApps, and people are over here buying and using it, and I think that you're more likely to outperform the rest of the alts. As it is what it is. Nothing against certain projects. Also, big love to the chat for all the new people here. If you're new here, say hello. We'd love to give you a last second shout out as well. We have Gulf Shores, Kai Star, Andy Fink, Cam's Videos. Dallas Cowboys all day. Doc Williams, $30 ICP, 2-1. Dominique. Also, you got Joe R, RDX XRP, and Blue Man M. To all of you, hola! Welcome.
Also, Noriega said, any thoughts on Supra? Great car. Very powerful car. The most powerful car ever. Is that a Toyota? Toyota Supra, right?
It is, yeah. It's a little two-door Toyota.
My dad had an Eclipse that he crashed.
Wow. Eclipse, huh?
Jason Voorhees said, what are your thoughts on sell in May and go away? Maybe. But you know what? You know what trend I've noticed, and anyone can really know.
I don't like to sell anything in the bull market. Unless I'm taking profits or I'm sliding over from.
I like to sell in the bear market.
Yeah, I don't know. Not in the early stage. I mean, it was too early to sell, man. Like, I don't know what your DCA out strategy is, but it's way too early to exit, right? Now, if you want to reposition and reallocate, take some profits, cool. But for your big boys, do not sell yet.
We're seeing an accelerated cycle by about 9 months, right? What did we talk about at the end of 2024? We talked about Q1 of this year. ETH's best month is January. It's done nothing. Q1 of this year Q1 has always been the biggest quarter in a bull market on the third year for crypto. It's been so far one of the worst, right? So we got our all-time high prior to the halving, never happened. So I think we're seeing a little bit of a accelerated cycle. So I think the time frames have shifted forward 7 to 9 months. And so could we right now be in the sell in May, go away? Whereas typically, so I don't know. I look at every month, every cycle, every quarter differently. I analyze the same metrics, but obviously, they hold different weight depending on where we're at and what trends we're seeing. So I wouldn't just go off a blanket statement of sell in May and go away, because you want to see what's happening. What if in March or April you get two legislations that I don't know, and like a big catalyst. What if the Fed starts QE? What if they cut interest rates again? You don't know. You don't want to just blindly say, yep, I'm selling in May and going away. And the next thing you know, you miss out on the big pump you're waiting 6 months for. And so, but yeah, like Rob said, just make sure you have a strategy to DCA out. So one thing I want to share here. So these are this is interesting. There's one chain that's seeing the most inflows, and that is BNB chain. Getting a majority of its inflows from Solana, Base, ARB, and Ethereum. And so is BNB the new meta? I don't know, but we know CZ is back. Solana has taken over the moniker of the scam chain. So I don't know. BNB is something to keep an eye on. It was the only thing pumping yesterday when I was looking at the markets. It was up over $600. It's at $612. It was up on the 24-hour. Right now it's not, but when I was looking at it, it was. Then we take a look at this. This was also very interesting. So these are net inflows of crypto over the last, I think the time frame I have here is 1 week. And you can see here, excuse me, US dollars are flowing into Tether. And where is Tether flowing? So I showed this last week, and it was the same thing. It was Apex. So I'm like, you know what? Let me take a look at Apex protocol. Okay, it's at $1.31. It's down 35% on the year, down 8% on the month, and down 11% on the week. And this is essentially a DEX that's seen $45 billion in trading volume, 62.76 million trades total, and 23 million of open interest. They're backed by large projects such as Multicoin Capital. And one of their features for their token is buyback and share via staking. And so something interesting, I'm not saying that this is something you should buy, but 2 consecutive weeks in a row, we're seeing inflows. And so here's the thing. We're seeing altcoins from a spot side start to trend down, but people are still trading. They're still making money, swing trading, scalp trading, putting in longer term positions. And so, which is why I'm excited to announce I'll be doing a trading show today. Only trades, TA charts, metrics, analysis. That's it. Haven't figured out the time yet, but make sure you subscribe to the channel, have your notification bell on, because I'll be giving a heads up to Discord and to Twitter when we're going live, and then we'll do some trading, see if we can put some positions and then make some money. But and then one more thing I do want to share is AI. Virtuals Protocol has officially launched their bridge to Solana, and the price of the token is up. I believe Virtual was one of the largest gainers on the 24-hour. At least it was when I checked. It was at $1.26, so it is up 8.8% on the 24-hour, number 5 on the biggest gainers. So now it's accessible on Solana. You have this from AIXBT. Venice token of VVV is trading at $8.27 after a 350% pump from the bottom. 96% of holders under 1K suggest retail FOMO, while the team dumped $10.2 million in the first week. And then we have this as well. Smart money net flows into the AI agent sector. You can see here the flow ratio. The top three include AI on 5100, D-King, and Ribbit. And so people that are saying the AI narrative is dead, not so fast. Could it take a little time to bounce back? Yes. Will it be the first narrative to run when we start seeing altcoins run? I do believe that's going to be RWA. But I think AI is going to be right behind it. And then one that I shared in my write-up yesterday was a project called YNE. We caught this thing at 25 million. If you bought the dip, congrats, because you are you pretty much doubled your money. This was up over, it's up over 103%. Why? Well, Reid Hoffman, the founder of LinkedIn, was posting about YNE. He said he's been a supporter of this project for a while. Matt, which is the dev, and his team are exploring great use of AI agent and token to provide a tangible public good, which is auditing research. And so those of you that are subscribed to our Patreon that got the info, read it, and decided to take action, congratulations. You doubled your money overnight. It's pretty cool, right? I want to give a big thank you to today's channel sponsor. Today's show is brought to you by Cam's Blue Wire Technology. If you run a business, you want to maximize your networking, IT, and your cybersecurity, visit bluewiretech.com or click the link in the description of this video. That's all I got.
All right.
Anything else?
That's it.
That's it. All right, Rocco. Got Rocco. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We hope you guys had a great weekend. This week should be very interesting.
Also, Cassius Cuvée, the man here that produced this track, will be in the studio tomorrow.
You know, I'm going to ask him, can people get the song somewhere? Because I've had a few people ask. Anyway, tomorrow's going to be a great show, guys. We love you. Until then,
Ciao a tutti.
It's Big Rob, David. I spit the game, but they gave it. Name the coin that's your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the well members. Buy the dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins. They polarizing like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin. And sinners gon' play to win. Screaming, hola, till my bags are flowing over. Hold ya to the moon and to the solar. Won't I? Don't be letting FOMO